The story begins with Cass, his friend Rocky, and a few girls getting ready for a fun night out in Los Angeles. Everyone's in a party mood, but just before they head out, Cass notices a beautiful woman sitting alone. Curious, he walks over and starts talking to her. She tells him her name is Free. Cass invites her to come with them, but she politely says no, she just wants to enjoy her sandwich in peace. Cass smiles, wishes her a good night, and heads back to his friends. As they leave, Cass gets a news alert on his phone. Donald Trump has just won the Iowa election results. The mood drops a little, but Rocky tells him not to worry and just enjoy the night. Before they reach the club, Cass gets a call from his young son, Rumi. The boy sounds upset because his mom is reacting badly to the election news. Cass gently comforts him, reminding him of their little mantra, he's strong, smart, and loving. That reassurance makes Rumi feel better, and they end the call on a happy note. Just then, something unexpected happens. Free runs up to Cass, asking if his offer to join them is still open. Seems like she changed her mind about spending the night alone. At the club, Cass uses his connections to get everyone inside quickly. The place is alive, music pumping, lights flashing, people dancing. While Rocky and the girls jump right into the party, Cass and Free hang back, taking it all in. Cass keeps checking his phone for election updates, and every new result makes him more frustrated. To take his mind off things, he tries to talk with Free. The music is loud, so she leans in to hear him, and their lips accidentally touch. The moment catches them both off guard, filling the air with tension. Embarrassed, Free excuses herself to the bathroom. Cass follows, still drawn to her. Their eyes meet, and the connection between them becomes stronger. They finally give in and share a deep, passionate kiss. But suddenly, Free pulls away, realizing things are moving too fast. Without another word, she rushes out. Cass hurries after her through the crowded club but can't find her anywhere. When he finally steps outside, he sees her trying to get a cab. He runs up to her, hoping to talk, but Free shuts him down. She says the moment shouldn't have happened, and besides, she's leaving LA tomorrow, heading back to the Midwest. Cass walks away, frustrated and tired, but something keeps bothering him. He stops outside the club, glancing back, and that's when he sees trouble. A group of men start harassing Free. Without thinking twice, Cass rushes over to protect her. A fight breaks out, and before long, the police arrive. But instead of stopping the real troublemakers, the officers grab Cass, the only black man in the group, while the others slip away. Free tries to explain that Cass was helping her, not attacking anyone. After a tense moment, the cops finally release him, but Cass is left with a bruised lip and a heavy heart. The night feels ruined. As he steps away, a college student recognizes him and eagerly asks about his film project, when it's coming out, how it's going. But Cass isn't in the mood. He tells the guy to just focus on school and walks off. Free catches up to him, curious about what the student meant. Cass brushes it off, saying he doesn't want to talk about it. Seeing how upset he is, Free gently asks him to sit down so she can check his lip. She apologizes for earlier in the bathroom, but Cass says it's okay. There's an awkward silence between them, but it slowly softens as Free decides to stay by his side. They get in a car together. Free thanks Cass for standing up for her and teases him by calling him cute. Cass smirks and reminds her he's a grown man, not a boy, which makes her laugh out loud. Their driver, Nikib, notices Cass's busted lip, and soon the conversation turns serious. They talk about the struggles black men face and the unfairness of how they're treated. After a moment of quiet, Cass suddenly asks Free what she really wants in life. The question catches her off guard. She admits she's not sure, that people don't always get what they want. Cass disagrees, saying that dreams are worth chasing. Eventually, Free opens up. She says she's a lawyer with a stable career, but deep down, she isn't happy. What she really wants is to be a DJ, to create music and feel alive again. Cass is surprised but impressed. He shares his own dream of being a filmmaker and how he used to believe in his vision before life got in the way. Curious about her taste in music, Cass asks to hear her playlist. As her songs play, the mood changes. Cass starts nodding to the beat, smiling for the first time in a while. They laugh, talk, and enjoy the ride. But the good vibe doesn't last long. Cass notices a message pop up on Free's phone. It's from her ex, asking when she's coming home. By the time they reach their next stop, Cass's energy shifts again. Free notices it right away, sensing something heavy behind his silence. Free notices Cass's sudden mood change and gently asks what's wrong. Cass admits he saw the text from her ex. Free tries to explain, but Cass brushes it off, saying it's not his business. After all, she's only in LA for a short time before heading back to her normal life. Curious, Free turns the question around and asks if Cass is seeing anyone. She mentions overhearing his earlier call and how affectionate he sounded. Cass takes a moment, then suddenly laughs, realizing she misunderstood. He explains that the call was with his 5-year-old son, Rumi. Free is caught completely off guard. Cass tells her it's okay if she wants to keep her distance, he knows she has her own life. But Free stops him. She says she's done with her ex, for good. Cass was the one who stood up for her the very first night they met, while her ex only ever brought her down. Overwhelmed by the emotion between them, Free leans in, and the two share a soft, meaningful kiss. When they pull apart, Free is drawn to the breathtaking night view of Los Angeles. She takes a quiet moment to admire it, and Cass joins her, both standing in silence, soaking in the city lights. A little later, they arrive at Cass's friend Russell's house. But Cass isn't ready for what's waiting inside. The place is packed, people talking loudly, drinks flowing, and all eyes fixed on the TV. The election results keep coming in, and Trump is still in the lead. Cass pours drinks for both of them, trying to keep things light, but when the announcement comes that Donald Trump has won Pennsylvania, the whole room falls into shock and disbelief. The mood shifts instantly, sadness, anger, confusion filling the air. Cass sinks into thought, remembering the film project he abandoned 4 years ago and the passion he's lost since then. Free feels the same heaviness. Then, without warning, she grabs the remote and switches off the TV. Everyone reacts, some annoyed, some confused. But Free stays calm. She tells them to take a breath, that maybe they don't need to drown themselves in bad news tonight. Instead, she connects her phone to the speakers and starts playing her music. The vibe changes, a few people start to dance, others smile for the first time that night. For a moment, the energy in the room feels alive again. Cass watches her in awe, she's bold, fearless, and full of heart. But soon, Free starts to feel the pressure as some guests begin talking politics again. Unsure if she did the right thing, she stops the music and apologizes for interrupting their night. Maybe they'd rather focus on the chaos than escape it. Seeing her growing unease, Cass takes her by the hand and leads her upstairs to get away from the tension. They step out onto the rooftop, where the city stretches out beneath them. Cass reaches into his bag and pulls out something personal, his old film project, the dream he once had but left unfinished. He's finally ready to open up and share that part of himself with her. Before Cass can show her his film, Free's phone starts ringing. It's her ex again. Annoyed and tired, she answers, snapping at him over the call. Cass quietly walks over to the fireplace, his excitement fading. The moment they shared just a few seconds ago now feels distant. When Free finally hangs up, she tries to reconnect, but Cass seems lost in thought. He tells her to have a safe flight back home and tries to leave, saying she should return to her real life. That only makes Free upset. She stops him, saying he's already given up, not just on her, but on himself. Her words hit him hard. Cass freezes, unsure how to respond. Free doesn't stop there. She asks him why he gave up on his film, the dream he once cared about so deeply. Cass fires back, saying she has no right to judge when she's also too scared to follow her own dreams. But Free doesn't back down. She tells him that he's the one hiding, staying in his comfort zone while calling it survival. Her tone softens after a moment. She looks at him and asks what really happened with his film. Cass finally opens up. He says every day feels like a battle, to make ends meet, to stay strong, to keep believing when everything around him feels impossible. His honesty moves Free. She starts reflecting on her own choices and how she's been living on autopilot. Without thinking, Cass steps forward and hugs her. It's a quiet, heartfelt embrace, two people finally being real with each other. But their peace doesn't last long. A shout from downstairs breaks the silence. Someone yells that Donald Trump has officially won the election. They freeze, both stunned. The news hits them like a wave. The room downstairs fills with chaos, people talking over each other, angry, scared, and heartbroken. Cass and Free stand together, feeling the weight of what this means for them and their community. Eventually, they head back inside. The room is filled with noise, voices overlapping, frustration pouring out everywhere. Cass takes a deep breath and steps forward. He speaks from his heart, reminding everyone that even when things feel dark, they can't stop fighting for hope. His words calm the room, and in that moment, he seems to inspire himself too. After the speech, Cass and Free step outside into the cool night air. They find their driver, Nakib, sitting nearby, looking just as shaken by the news. Wanting to stick together, he offers them a ride. Inside the car, the atmosphere is heavy. The radio is filled with people calling in, sharing their fears and heartbreak over the election results, especially about what it could mean for Black Americans. As they drive, Free opens up. She admits that her job as a lawyer doesn't feel right anymore. She's tired of defending people she knows are guilty. She says it feels like the bad guys are always winning, and now, even this election proves it. Cass listens quietly, then shares something personal. He tells her he named his son Rumi after his favorite poet, someone who believed in truth, love, and self-expression. He hopes his son grows up to be kind and thoughtful, to speak from the heart. Cass softly repeats the mantra he always tells Rumi, that he's strong, smart, and loving. The words touch Free deeply. She smiles through her emotions and tells Cass he's an amazing father. If Rumi is anything like him, she says, then he's already on the right path. Cass's heart warms at Free's kind words. He smiles softly, saying he's truly grateful to have met her. Free agrees, admitting that their unexpected night together has meant more than she ever imagined. After a quiet moment, Cass opens up again. He says he moved to Los Angeles hoping that, for once, the good people could win. His words hit deep, and Free nods. Together, they softly whisper, "Amen to that." When they finally arrive at their next stop, Cass thanks Nakib for the ride and leads Free into a small, quiet restaurant. They sit down, and Cass takes a deep breath. This time, he's ready. He shows her his film, the project he's kept hidden for years. As the film plays, Free's face says everything. She goes through a rush of emotions, sadness, joy, pride, and pain all at once. When it ends, she's speechless for a moment. Then she turns to Cass, her eyes shining, and tells him the truth. His film is beautiful. It's powerful. Free urges him to send the script out, to finally share it with the world. But Cass hesitates. He says it still needs work, that he should edit it, fix the scenes, make it cleaner. But Free shakes her head. To her, the film isn't just a project. It's a voice, a message that people need right now, especially after the election, when hope feels lost. She believes it could make a real difference. Cass still isn't sure, but Free's determination doesn't fade. To show how serious she is, she makes a bold promise: if he sends the film tonight, she'll cancel her flight home. Cass is shocked. He doesn't believe she'd actually do it. But Free pulls out her phone, opens her flight details, and shows him she's ready. She's not just canceling a flight, she's walking away from her old life. Her job, her routine, all of it. She wants to start fresh, right here, right now. Cass looks at her, realizing how much this moment means. Slowly, he sits beside her, takes a deep breath, and presses send. Free smiles too, tears in her eyes, finally feeling free in every sense of the word. True to her word, she cancels her flight. She's staying in Los Angeles, to chase her dream, to support Cass, and to embrace the unknown future that awaits them. As the camera fades out, the two sit side by side, the night quiet around them. For the first time in a long time, Cass feels alive, and Free feels found. In a world full of uncertainty, they've chosen hope.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.